For a Bulgarian split squat, all we need is something that we can elevate our rear leg onto. So for you, if you're doing this at home, maybe that's a couch, maybe it's a sturdy chair, maybe it's a step stool. Whatever it is, I just ask that would be sturdy, not something that's going to rock around or move on you. So that way you're well balanced throughout the whole exercise. So the biggest mistake that I'll see people make with this exercise is they take a little baby step forward because you're kind of afraid to get away from that surface because you feel like the further away from it I am, the more uncomfortable I feel with what's going on. So for example, if this is your first time doing this exercise, you're probably going to take a little half step out in front of you, and then you're going to bring your foot up onto the surface. And what you're going to find is you aren't able to get down very low into this position because we're just bending this leg behind you so much, and there's not a whole lot of room for that stance leg to move or to get down to a good lunge position. So what I would ask of you is to take a step further away than you're comfortable taking, but that you still balance, right? So I can still hang out here. This doesn't feel uncomfortable or awkward, but because this foot is still close to that surface that we were leaning up against, I now have a gauge of where that foot needs to go. So we're going to lift up onto that surface, and now I'm in a good position to start the exercise. So from here, we're going to come down into a lunge position. So somewhere around 90 degrees on this stance leg, and back up. And we're just going to repeat that motion. So while you're doing this, I want you to think about the majority of your weight is going through the leg out in front of you here. So obviously there's some weight bearing happening on the leg behind me, but I'm not using that leg to push up off of the bench. Like most of my body weight is over top of this leg that's out in front of me because that's the leg that I'm working on. If you find that you're uncomfortable in that position because your balance is off and you're rocking side to side, that's why I've got this here set up for me. So if my balance was really throwing me off, I could come out into my stance position here. I got something to hang on to so my balance feels secure. Lift the leg up, and I can still do the same exercise. I just feel more balanced because I have another point of contact with my hand here. So for you, maybe that's another chair that you pull up. Maybe you set this up next to a countertop, just something sturdy that you have to hang on to. But yeah, that's it. That's a Bulgarian split squat.